Hi, how you doing, guitar mates? Jeff back again with another lesson, and we are back with Status Quo again. Really enjoying doing some of these Quo songs. There's still a few more that I want to put out there. Of course, we are doing What You're Proposing from the 1980 album Just Supposin. Always has been a crowd favourite, and I know Rossi is still performing that now with his current version of Status Quo. What we're going to be doing, we're going to take you back to 1980, and we are going to look at all of the parts of the song. So we're looking at what Rossi's done, what Rick's done, and also we're going to look at the guitar solo as well. That's going to be included. If you do enjoy the lesson, then why not click on the subscribe button? Click on the button, click on the bell, and that way you will be notified whenever I'm posting anything new to the channel. Also, just want to take time just to talk to all the current subscribers out there. I have been made aware that YouTube have been very naughty and decided to stop notifying a number of people across the entire YouTube universe. If you want to still stay current with what I'm posting, you've got to go back and click on that bell again. You will find that you are not actually being notified. So it's not me being very quiet, although it has been quiet over the last couple of weeks. It's just you're not getting told about it. So do me a favour, do yourself an even bigger favour, and make sure that you have clicked on that bell currently, and that way you're going to be notified of anything new that I'm posting. Anyway, let's get on with it, and let me show you how to play What You're Proposing. So don't go away.
Preview.
Right, let's just quickly talk about the tuning before we get into this. The guitar is in standard tuning, and we have the capo up on the 4th fret. Now, in recent times, if you watch any of the new videos with Rossi playing this, because of his voice getting a little bit old, getting a little bit weaker, he's moving it down to the 2nd fret. But we're going to do it as per the record, so it's up on the 4th fret. Everything else is standard tuning. Now, the chord we're going to play heavily through this is the chord of A. Against the tuning there, you could see that as being a C sharp. But let's not confuse things. We're going to see it as an A against that 4th fret. So I'm holding down D2, G2, and B2. And I am muting the low E string. So let's get into that rhythm section. I'm going to break it down first of all, because you're coming in 1, 2, 3. Playing that chord through the A chord. So I'm doing a down, up, down, up, down. Don't hit the high E string, so it's just so down, up, down. That's your opening section. 1, 2, 3. Now, as we played that last down, we do a down, and that pattern there is open string, which is on the up stroke, and then 4 on the down stroke on the A, open, 5 on the down, open, and then 4, open. And then we repeat it, so we get. Then you got that. We're going to do that 3 times, and then we get into that long part where we're doing that repetition. So as we come out of the last one, we get that. Now we get the second time we do it in reverse. We go. So we finish it on the upstroke. So we get. Now we have got 4 sets of triplets, and we're doing this all alternate. So we get triplet, 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 downstroke again, which puts us back into that rhythm. And that's the tricky bit to get them. When we come out of that last part, we're doing that triplet, 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 triplet. We're back in repeating exactly what we've done. So it does take a bit of time to get that. That was too long, wasn't it? So it goes. Say it many times before. Take your time with that. Just getting that down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down. The variation between the two. You can do it other ways. I'm not saying that's the way, but it's keeping that momentum of that down, up, down, up. You want to do that. If you was to do the same. It would get a little bit messy. When you're trying to play it quick, so if you can keep it doing it the alternate, and that's why we got to switch. The first one, and up, and then, back to that room. And of course you should play it right, unlike what I just did then. Right, let's look at the verse section. And the verse section, the main body of the verse section is this riff. And all I'm playing now, I'm doing 2 open strings, then I'm doing a 4 to open, then a 5 to open, and then a 4 to open, and repeating. We're going to play that riff 8 times. Then we're going to move up to this section here and we're going to play this. And what I'm doing now, I'm holding down the 11th fret on the A and 13th fret on the D string. Play first of all open string, including the open E. And then I'm doing an 8 to the open. There's a 9 to the open. And then a 8 to the open. So I get the. And then repeat that whole thing. And then we've got this, which is still on that chord. You get this, you get. So. Triplety, 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 trip. Then we go back, verse number 2. 8 of them, down to this, and you're going to do 3 verses like that. After the 3rd verse, we go back and we do the intro section, covered right at the beginning. Come out of the intro, into the verses, you're going to do 2 verses. At the end of that final, where you've got that, what are you doing now? We then go back to this. So, I'm playing the normal. Last bar, I'm doing a open. Then I do a D. And that takes us to the guitar solo. which is what we're going to check out now. So let's first of all look at what Rick Parfitt is doing through the guitar solo. I'll play it through and then I'll break it down. So it goes like this. So we start off on a G. That's your rhythm. Down, down, up, down. To an E minor. Back to the G, E minor, and we do that 3 times. Then we go to C to a D. There's a count of 2, 1, 2, and then we do the same thing. Now we have got 3 bars on an E major, going 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then we do a 1, and stop. So that's Rick Parfitt's section. Now let's go and look at what Francis Rossi is playing. The main part of the lick, it just repeats 3 times, and it goes like this. So what I'm playing there, now I'm going to put these on as though the capo wasn't there. So we are playing on the G string, we do an 11, then across to the 14, but with a bend, full tone bend. Back to the 14, and then we are going down to the 12, and then down to the 11, cross over to the G13. And I'm playing that twice, and then back to the 11. So we get. Then we've got this little passage here, which is over them C and then D chords. We're going to play from the 13 to the 14, so we get this. And then we've got a 9. Sorry, then we go back to a 13 on the G string. And then we do a 14 back to the 13. The final part of the solo goes like this. What we're doing there, we've got our finger, I'm holding across 13th fret on the D, G and the B string, and we're going to pedal always back to the 13th fret on the D strings. We start off on the G string, 13, down to the D string, 13, then we go across to the B string, 13, back to the D, then we're going to play the 14, I have to think there for a minute, the 14 on the B string, back to the D, and then we go and play the 13 on the B, and then we would repeat. The final note is G13. And from there you go back to the verse section. You're going to play 2 verses. At the end of the second verse we go back and we play the intro. You play it right at the beginning, you play through the intro section, and then that takes you to the out of the song, which is just going through the verse part just to the exit. And that would take you to the end of the song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed learning how to play what you're proposing. It's a fun song, has its moments, can be tricky of course on that rhythm part at the beginning, but as always my usual tip, take your time. There's no rush on this one, build up to it. All the tabs will be included through that link below. So if you want to get hold of the tabs, click on that. It takes you to the GuitarMate site and you'll be able to obtain them. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. So until next time, this is Jeff wishing you well, and I'll speak to you again real soon. Until then, goodbye.